have complained to the EFL that they think a member of Southampton staff was spying on them.
They allege that the spy stood behind this tree filming their training session.
Middlesbrough have put out a statement calling for Southampton to be excluded from the Championship playoff final.
Southampton have been expelled from the Championship playoffs, with Middlesbrough reinstated.
Like, I physically don't know what to say at all whatsoever. I don't know what to say. Don't know why we're cheating. I don't know. All we know is that, yeah, we've been expelled from the final, Southampton, which is... Well, first of all, I want to talk about this. That is such a harsh punishment. That is so harsh. If you think about it, quite a while ago, when Marcelo Bielsa was in charge of Leeds, and he did something similar like that, they only were given a fine of £200,000, and we've been given a 4-point deduction and kicked out of a chance for us to be in the top division of English football. And yeah, the prize pretty much also, if you win the playoff final, is £200 million. That is more than any sort of fine that they've given in football history. Like, this punishment is worse. I mean, you could say maybe it isn't, but this is worse than Luton's 30-point deduction in 2008-2009. Honestly, it's worse than Sheffield United's point deductions, honestly. It's a worse punishment than Derby County's 21-point deduction 2 seasons ago. It generally is, because if you think about it, yes, this stupid pillock was caught spying on Middlesbrough, and then Middlesbrough have gone off to the FA and said this, that and the other, and then given evidence of 2 other clubs we've spied on. So that being Oxford in December 25, that being Ipswich in April, and that being Middlesbrough in May. Bear in mind, we didn't win any of the matches after we spied on those people, so obviously it didn't help. But the fact is, our manager, he's admitted that he's the one who's told this staff members to go and spy on people. Yeah, and he probably will be sacked now. It's such a shame, because he's one of the best managers we've had in a while. And yeah, jumping to conclusions there, that is true. He took us from 21st in the Championship. We almost relegated at the start of the season. We were in the relegation spaces to 4th. We finished 4th in the Championship. We had an incredible season. We almost beat Man City at Wembley. We got to the semi-final of the FA Cup. It doesn't happen all the time. We beat Arsenal 2-1 in the FA Cup. We beat Fulham 1-0. We had such a great season. We were thrashing people left, right and centre. We beat QPR 5-0, beat Wrexham 5-1, beat Charlton 5-1. And we have such great players: Leo Cienza, Finazaz, Kasper Janda. They're all going to leave because of this. There's articles coming out saying that this is a effing disgrace, people saying, I'm not going to swear, and those sort of articles coming out. And yeah, I don't blame them. The players are falling out with managers. I just don't know why we've done that, because we've had such a great season. I don't think we needed to do it. We literally beat Middlesbrough in the second leg. What doesn't help, yeah, it was a joke, but all the Southampton fans with their binoculars and all this costumes, I knew this was going to happen. As soon as we got to the final, I just thought, I wasn't looking forward to it, because I know something like this was going to happen. But I've never ever heard of a punishment like being kicked out of a final. It's literally bigger news than Arsenal winning the Premier League after 22 years. Like, that thing doesn't happen. I mean, obviously, like I said, Luton's 30-point deduction was obviously that big 18 years ago. But who gets kicked out of a final for spying? What? I haven't heard of it, but I think it's an absolute disgrace from the FA. I think we've been portrayed a little bit by that. But obviously, I'm not. Obviously, we shouldn't have spied, obviously. But, you know, it wasn't even spying. It's like that meme of that really big person hiding behind that skinny lamppost. He was half hiding in a tree and half visible with his phone. That could have been a fan. Obviously, it wasn't. That could have been a fan. He was also behind the gate saying no trespassing. So technically, he didn't go on the ground. But then Middlesbrough had to go on a rampage and try and find 2 other clubs that we spied on, asking around, snitching, all that. And then we've got Hull coming in. Obviously, they did nothing. Fair play to them getting the final. They deserved it. Beat Millwall. Fair play. But then now they've spoken to the FA saying, "Oh, can't we just automatically get to the Premier League?" It's not how it works. You've still got to play a final, even if it's against Southampton or Middlesbrough. That's another thing. Think of all these clubs that get point deductions. Like we've had 4-point deduction. Sheffield Wednesday with their 8-point deduction. I think it was. I'll correct it if I've got that wrong. You know, Everton with their loads of point deductions. Derby County. Where's City's 115 charges? They should be in like League 2, shouldn't they? Because of that. They should be playing teams like Forest Green and all that, shouldn't they? But honestly, I mean, our club is in a bit of shambles now because of this. Like, all our players are going to leave. They've all fallen out with our manager. This is his first ever proper job as a managerial role, and he's gone and done this. He said he didn't understand the rules in England. Sorry, he's German, but he's been a manager in England for ages. He's been the Southampton under-21s manager. He did well with them. They finished second in Premier League 2, the under-21s league. So apparently he doesn't understand the rules. Of course he does. He's been here long enough. But enough of slagging off my own team. Obviously, I'm so proud of the season we've had. It's just a shame it's had to end like this. Yeah, we're back in the Championship and we're going to be starting with a 4-point deduction, so that's great. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you lot in the next video. Peace.